So hello and welcome back to another geological video, fellow geological buffs. And today, well, I'm actually starting to prepare to go out fossil hunting. So what I'd like to do is actually look for fossils. So not really gold, but fossils, but you can also use this to look for fossils. So here I have the Bacchus Marsh map because I want to go around Loaded Gorge. And here we have some information on what you can look for. So not only do I like to look for fossils, but also like to look for other geological features. So I jot down a few of them that I want to use. So I copy this down so when I use the map I don't have to go back to this index that we're seeing here. So a few things I want to see is I want to see this fault breccia. Okay, breccia is a type of rock, angular broken rock, and it's probably rock that's broken off a rock when it's been faulted. So not too sure what type of fault that is, but it's probably also in place. So that'll be interesting. You got cleavage, strike and dip. Another thing I want to have a look is Permian paleocurrent direction. So that's more likely the Permian glaciation and the flow of the actual glacial ice. So that's what I want to see. So you should be able to see scrape marks of the ice. It looks like it's probably flowing in either direction, but I've never seen it offhand. I wouldn't mind seeing the dolomite bands. And then you got some quartz reefs. So you got quartz reefs down here if you want to look for gold. That's where the place of gold would actually be. Battery. So here's what I'm looking for. So the plant fossils. So the Council Trench, which is the Triassic formation, it's very small, but you're not allowed to take fossils from there. So I'm just interested in just making a video, not actually collecting the fossils. Cone in cone limestone, graptolite. So you got an X, and you have a lot of different types of graptolites from different stages. And the cone in cone limestone, I'm not too familiar with that, so I need to look that up and find out what it is first. But it sounds interesting. So another thing you need to know the actual roads. They're pretty straightforward. Also, you got these quarry heaps. You got these quarries, former pits. They could be used or not used. And the material that they got. So brown coal, that could contain fossils. So if you're able, look for those. What else? You got eruption points for volcanoes. That will be interesting to see. Contact metamorphism. So when the batholith or came up and caused contact metamorphism, and shallow gold workings. Yeah, you can look for gold in those. What else? That's about it. So then you want to look where the graptolites are. So they're in the Ordovician formation, and that's basically it. So just Ordovician formation, that's the graptolites. But you might have the Permian formation that has fossils. They probably will be. It says brachiopods and plant fossils, Glossopteris. But the Kuyeva fossils, they are not really common, but they can be found. Then if you want to find other types of formations of geological information, so you got the Triassic Council Trench formations. It has fragmentary fossils of plants. And then we have other formations as well. Then you've got shallow marine. So that's tertiary, I believe, the gravel member. So shallow marine, blue and yellow clays, sandy, limestone, fossiliferous. So you need to write down all the formations that have fossils in them. So this TMF, oh no, is it, no, TMY. It is the coal seam, and it says plant remains common. So obviously my guess was correct that the coal, which is made up of pretty much plants, does contain a lot of fossil remains instead of it being compacted, and fossil remains being very scarce. And then we have the TU, so the Werribee Formation. That might be a little bit down south. It has ironstone bands. They'll be interesting. Plant fossils of the Cinnamonum flora. And that's basically the earliest fossil formation. So we see the ages of the actual fossils we're looking for. So you need to come over here to the color graph, and all this is coded. So what we're looking for is TMY. Okay, so you got TMY, so it looks like early Miocene. Then we have TEW. So the TEW is a large band, and that is from Paleocene to the Miocene. So it's pretty thick, and the fossils that would be found in the Paleocene will be different than the fossils found in the Miocene, because that's at least 20 to 30 million years of change in the biological makeup and also the flora makeup of Australia. Then we have TR, so I know that is the Triassic, so that's the Council Trench. That is here. And don't worry, all these initials on the graph. Then we've got the Permian, so 280 to 250 million years ago. And then we've got the Ordovician. And here we have Devonian, Carboniferous, so this is more likely the igneous rock. So you got igneous rock, sedimentary, then you got alluvial, palatine, colluvial. So you want the alluvial mainly because that's in the water. Extrusive and intrusive. So this is intrusive rock, so a batholith. So it won't contain any fossils, but it is interesting. So then we go to the actual map. Okay, so where I started last time, so here's Bacchus Marsh, and here is Dali. So last time I went up into this formation here and went up here. There is a fossil locality up here, so I did get some slate there. That would be slate with our graptolite. That says CA3, so it is zone 3 of the Castlemanian graptolite flora. And I don't see any graptolite zones around here. I know there is some up here, there's one there. So you need to go upriver a little bit. And there's another one here. They seem to be all, the graptolites seem to be all in the Ordovician that is mapped on these localities. So there's quite a lot. A lot of these are probably hard to access, but there's also probably other localities of shale that are not mapped here that do contain fossils. So you need to go to the river and to the sides and see if there's any exposures. So if you look at the Permian rock, I don't see any fossil localities here. There is some diggings with some ores. Oops. Damn. So, no, I don't see any here. And the Council Trench Formation. So it's only a small locality. I think that is around, I think it's, so this is Dali. Council, I saw it before. Council Trench is here. So that dark area that is on this map, so that pretty much is it there. Council Trench looks pretty accessible, and that's the only formation, and I don't see any other fossil localities around that place. So let's have a look and see if we can find any other ones. What we're looking for is TW. So these also have formations that have fossils, but I don't see any localities. So continue looking, more Permian. I don't see any fossil localities there. Intrusional granite, Ingleston granite. So it'd be good to have a look. And down here we have some more Ordovician localities. So here's the, looks like the rail line. Then we've got some fossil formations, quite a few. Got quite a few here. So the Ordovician rock is probably the best place to look for actual fossils. But when you do this, you need to check it with, see if you can actually go on there. So I use Google Maps for that. And if we go to the, so we're following this road up here. No, not that way. So here's the river. So you go along here and you can find fossil localities, and that should be quite a good place to look for it. But if we go down south, okay, where is the actual Werribee Gorge State Park? Where is, so the council formation is somewhere around here. Maybe that is it. So it looks like you're allowed to go in there. But a lot of it is farmland. So how you check localities, like the actual, we have the Werribee Gorge Park, and if you compare it to the actual geological map, you can see there is similarities in the actual geology and the actual map. So a lot of the Ordovician rock has been left as a park because it's pretty mountainous. So this area looks pretty accessible because it's all covered in forest. So that is probably another good place to actually find fossils. So you've got fossil plant remains, gatehouse, so you can actually track through there. But you got a lot of them in the roadway, so there's probably a lot of road cuttings that you can actually see the fossils. And you also got the train line as well. And you got strike and dip, so you can just, you probably wouldn't have to walk far to find a fossil locality in this place. So you shouldn't get lost. All around here is pretty much just farmland. So if you wanted to go just to north to the granite, then the granite is actually on farmland. So the only places you could actually access it would be along the roadside. Now it looks pretty flat, so I don't think you're going to find any granite except for in boreholes. So basically that's it. That's how I'm going to find fossils. Just use the geological map and use Google Maps. The Ordovician rock seems to be pretty good. The Permian rock doesn't seem to have that many fossil localities. And I haven't checked any of the other ones to look for any fossil localities. So I hope this helps you when you are looking for fossils. Just get the appropriate authorization. If you want to go on specific private land, then ask the person beforehand. If they say no, then obviously don't trespass. And have an awesome fossil collecting time. I'm pretty excited about this. Seems to be an interesting place to go and explore. Thank you very much and have an awesome time.